Good afternoon and hello everyone. It is July the 9th, 2018, and this is part 2 of 2. So if you're just seeing this for the first time, we just did part 1 of this day's episodes of Wimbledon, tennis news and updates, and all the rest of the scores and highlights and matches completed and upcoming quarterfinal matches. So this is show number 40. Again, it's part 2 of 2. We just did show 39. So if you want to see the women's side of tennis or the current major tournament going on in Wimbledon, then go to show 39, which was just downloaded before this one. So wow, show number 40, right?
That's big.
40 shows.
Wow.
Job well done. It's been fun every bit of the way. So just in case that you have not seen the first video, just a quick review on the introduction that we did leading into today's 2 shows. Number 1, it's Manic Monday, which Carla has enlightened me. They call it Manic Monday because the players, men's and women's, rest Sunday, and that enables all the remaining men's and women's players to play on one day at one tournament, which makes it very exciting for everyone involved, the players, the referees, the fans, the city of London, and everyone that comes to watch matches. So I think Thomas Berdych at one point said it was the greatest day in tennis. So hey,
it is for the fans.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely a big day today. Check out the women's though, and the whole introduction behind all of that and so forth. I did mention in the first one that if it's the greatest day in tennis, I want this to be the best shows we've ever done. Let's go. A big shout out once again, and I went in depth into this on the first one. A big shout out to everyone in Thailand, from the rescuers to the boys in the cave to the captain, which is the coach, going down with the ship and waiting till his boys get out of that cave, and hopefully they all come out okay. We now have 8 boys out of the cave in Thailand, along with 4 that still remain and their coach. One person passed away in the mix, and again, I've mentioned this because I think it's a wonderful thing that human beings have done to come together to help the fate of 12 boys and a coach. Alas, we lost one rescuer up to this point, but I promise you, he is a hero. Good job to everyone, divers, mothers, assisting personnel, and so many more. Keep up the positive energy, everyone watching, for these wonderful people here in Thailand that are hoping all their boys come home safely, and then the family of the coach, obviously, and much respect to the gentleman who lost his life trying to help. Ultimate hero right there. All right, just a quick recap as well. If you want to hear about Carla and I's head-to-head match, we have been talking about that we play sets often. She compared me to Sharapova and her being Serena. I said that I'm more like Federer and her like Lopez. The first one.
When has Lopez ever had 3? And when has Lopez ever been on top of Federer?
Never.
So
I'm saying you would be Lopez.
Exactly, but I have more wins than you do. So you would never be Federer. Never. Never.
Look, fact of the matter is...
Or do you want to say maybe Nadal and Federer, like back in the days, where Nadal dominated Federer?
The fact of the matter is you got lucky 3 sets out of the last 4. So the first set we played the last 4, she's won the first one 6-4, the second one 6-1, I won the third one 6-2, and today I was beaten in a 2-hour set 6-3.
But again, it's 3-1, and then tomorrow's another day. Hopefully he has a chance.
Yeah, and so again, it was a grueling set. It was ridiculously hot. We went through racket changes because of the grips. I actually tossed mine once or twice. I hate to admit that. I was down 1-4, brought it back to on serve. She ran the daylights out of me on one point, relinquished basically the rest of my gas tank, and she took it 6-3. The ultimate details, though, are on the previous video. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I really shook her hands at the net. And
we can move on.
And I wanted to shake her hand at the net, not really, but I still shook her hands at the net. So you can check out that whole deal about Makarova with the weak handshake against Georgie on the first video. But I really didn't want to shake her hand. I really didn't. But I still shook her hand, and I really didn't want to shake your hand.
Okay.
I really did not want to shake her hand at all. But I did. I didn't want to, though. Promise you that. Afterwards, again, I mentioned she cooked me an omelet, though, so much love to that. That omelet was the bomb. Woo! Cheese, salsa, green onions, good deal. Replenish now. All right, so we're gonna move right into the men's score. And again, if you're used to the long introductions, I'm trying to shorten down the 2 video time. So all of you that follow these shows, and I know there's like 107 people now that do, so thank all of you. But I'm trying to shorten it up, some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna try it. So right back into men's scores. And by the way, a quick discussion though on how quickly today that I came to breaking my first tennis racket.
I'm glad you didn't, Justin, because I would have never played you again.
So I've never broken a tennis racket on a court. Never.
Neither have I.
I have broken one tennis racket, but it was because the kids were running around. There's 5 kids. It was a really old racket, and they were so loud. And I was trying, and I got this old racket actually, and I like smacked it on the floor, and it broke. It wasn't like on the. It was just a reactionary thing. Anyway, but this today, with this whole lob deal, and you can get the details of that on the first video. But she kept lobbing me and chipping me and lobbing me and chipping me and lobbing me and chipping me, and then I had a 40-15 to bring it to 4-4 today, and she lobbed and chipped me and did it 4 times in a row, and I almost just fell out on the court pretty much because I was that worn out after
I wish I would have videotaped
her
that.
chipping and lobbing.
Funny.
So I had my racket in my hand, and I almost just obliterated it on the ground. I was like, what? I didn't know if it was better to obliterate the racket or like I don't know, like I didn't know. I was so mad at her. I was so mad. I was just like, "Wah!" So mad.
Well, now you know how I feel when you do those little dinkers and you chip and you slice everything. Now you know how I feel.
No,
You got a taste of your own medicine today.
No, so I serve a ball. She chips. I run up and I just barely get my racket for the second. Flip it over. She throws that one over my head. I go back. Oh, I get my racket up. Oh, realize it's going in. Okay, so I split, recover. She chips another one. Second one, I run up to that. Oh, barely get it. She throws another one up. Comes back behind. I run that one down. Boop.
It was so funny.
I realized that one's going in too. I'm like, yes, I got 2. Oh my gosh. So I split, get ready. She chips another one, a third one. I run up and get that one. Ugh. Boop. She throws another one. I'm like, that's 3. So, I run back. Boop. I'm like, oh, that's going in too. So it's like an amazing retrieval game. And I figured she would make an error. So I get the 4th one back over. Split, get ready. Guess what? Here comes another one. So I run up. Oh, I get that one. She flips another one over. I looked at it. I was done. I couldn't.
And that one went deep. Boom, right in the line.
Yeah, it clipped the line, and I didn't even try for it. I didn't even look to see if it went. I knew by looking at the trajectory. So I came up, I got it. Oh, and as soon as she flipped it up, I looked at it. I didn't even turn around. I just looked up,
you
and I was like, I looked up, and I was like, that's in. Boom. That was it. So anyway, I was so mad.
You think anyone heard you?
Anyway, I can empathize why some people break rackets. I don't condone it, but I definitely wanted to smash that racket. Man, I get mad thinking of it. Chip, lob, chip, lob, chip, lob,
It was
chip,
fun.
lob, chip, and another lob.
It's fun. It was fun to watch him run.
It's freaking ridiculous.
Really fun.
All right. Back into men's scores. Men's tennis. Okay, for the first match completed today, no big surprise. The number 2 seed, Rafa, over Vesely, 3-3 and 4. Nadal is rested. Good job for Vesely getting this far. That's her boy, though. I'm going to let her commentate on that guy.
I mean, it's amazing to me that Nadal and Federer have not been challenged in this tournament. They both are just cruising. Meanwhile, everybody's busting their butts 4 or 5 sets. You know, even Djokovic has had to struggle a bit. Potro had a little challenge today. I mean, they're working. But these guys, Nadal cruising. Federer cruising.
You know, sometimes I read some funny articles trying to cover and get this news on different respectable places where certain people, some journalists even indicate that is it possible that people conspire to make matches get to finals with the epic proportions of Nadal and Federer? Do you think it's WWF wrestling? Because I read an article today, and I'm not going to quote any names or anything, but I read an article today where a journalist was indicating that tennis, with all the different betting stuff and everything going on behind the scenes, that they wouldn't doubt if it was very much like WWE wrestling with basically arranging matches to a certain degree to get to a certain outcome. Does anybody agree with that? I don't. Because
I don't think so.
Because, I've played my entire life, and believe me, I don't know anybody would want to work that hard to be a great tennis player simply to have something prearranged like WWF wrestling. I think it's a preposterous idea, but I keep reading it. So, hey, I wanted to mention it. I just wrote that on my notes because I read that when I was reading about Nadal and Federer's wins today.
No, I don't think so. I don't think these guys that are multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
I mean, Federer even more.
Yeah, I think it's...
I don't think that they want to lose a match or they allow for somebody to tell them, hey, make sure the score is this or that, or give this person one set, or don't. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's just fodder to get people talking, which, hey, I mean, with this day and age and social media and most stuff being negative in the first place anyway, hence why we always want to be positive here, is that isn't it something good to give someone negative to talk about?
Sure.
So anyway,
everybody wants to talk negative about something that's positive.
Yeah, I mean, life's tough, life's a grind, but instead of being positive, I guess there's always going to be that group of people that want to be negative. No disrespect to that, but that's not how we roll. But believe me, if you have that thought process, or if you know anybody that has that thought process, where people at this level that can set their families, their lives together with sponsorships by $200,000 checks by getting to another round, simply to be told by someone behind the scenes, oh, we make it look good but lose, I think it's comical. I'm going to move forward, but I read that today, and I had that as a note here because I saw it in a couple of places. And we saw it on our fantasy group. We have a fantasy group that we do, and there is someone, I won't mention any names, but this person, every time there's a match that doesn't go the way that person wants to pick it, then that person...
No, he doesn't know. Not how it goes the way he does it. He says that promoters arrange matches.
Arrange matches so they can get... Yeah. So maybe I said it wrong. Thanks for correcting me. But yeah, we hear it a lot. So food for thought. You can comment below on it. I don't know how much I'll really read into the comments in which those that support that thought, because as a player of 38 years, her for equally as much. My father is 80 years young, played since he was a boy. Her father the same way. And it goes back to my grandfather as well. So we're going back 100 plus years. So it's been in our family. I don't see that being the case. Moving forward, enough on that. The number 9 seed, big deal for U.S. tennis that John Isner makes his first Wimbledon quarterfinal in 3 sets over a young, talented player, 31 seed Tsitsipas, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6.
I was happy for Isner that he won.
Good job, Isner.
I would have thought that Isner would have made a lot more quarterfinals at Wimbledon, you know, because I think it suits his game.
Yeah,
he's got the big serve.
Yeah, he's got the big serve. I think his first serve percentage has been favorable. So that kind of opens up him. He does a lot of inside out. He's got a decent backhand, but his weapon is serve, setting up the court, and just creaming that forehand inside out or wherever. So when that's clicking for him, he's tough to beat. I think
he looked good.
Didn't he beat Djokovic at a U.S. Open one year?
I don't remember.
Isner at some point. Comment below. Maybe Vlad's the music box. Maybe my dad. Maybe.
It could be. It sounds right.
But yeah, Isner beat Djokovic at a big tournament. Maybe it was Indian Wells for all I know. But it was either a 1,000 or it was a major. I can't remember. But good job, Isner. Unfortunately, Isner, as much as I want to be on your bandwagon, I think you're really honestly lucky to be here.
Well, I think he knows that too.
Yeah, I mean, good for you, Isner. I think Isner even said in his post-match interview that he was nervous. His match previous to this, he faced a match point or two in his previous match. And yeah, I mean, I would be nervous too, obviously. I would never be there in the first place. So again, kudos to you. But you're really kind of lucky to be here.
He's got a tough match next round.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but you can't say he's lucky to be there. I mean, he made it happen with his... Yeah, he was down match point, but he made it happen, so...
Yeah, I mean, he made it happen.
You got to make it happen.
And look, I picked Isner to beat Tsitsipas. I picked you to win the match, and I'm glad you won. But the style of tennis with the big serve and not terribly much else to work with, it's like Anderson.
You got him this far.
It's like Query.
How many of us wish we were in the quarterfinals of Wimbledon?
Me.
You got him that far.
Great job. Again, great job. Great job. Not taking anything away from that. Awesome job. I'm an Isner fan. Obviously, I think he's the best of our U.S. men, right?
Yeah, I like what he said about Serena and Federer, that they are the best. That he's used to seeing Serena go this far, and that Federer is the best.
Yeah, and aside from tennis, forget about tennis. Isner seems like a very good young man, a gentleman, and he has a lot to offer this world as a whole. I think more so there than the game of tennis.
Yeah.
Coaching.
I think he would be even a better commentator than Justin Gimelstob.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Gimelstob is kind of an awful commentator. I won't get into that.
Or even Blake. I mean, Isner has a lot more game than they did, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can
Or
see
even
that.
Marty Fish, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate saying that. But.
Yeah, All right, we'll move on from that. But good job, Isner. And Tsitsipas, you're still young. Keep fighting. We'll see a lot more from you. I think this might be...
He's 19.
Yeah.
You can't look at it as I lost. No, it's a work in progress. You know, it's something to work on. How can I get better for next year?
Yeah, and in terms of Isner, I think we'll see a couple more years out of him. But at his height and frame, I think every match could really be his last. The big guys have a lot of problems carrying around that size. I think he's, what, 6'8" or...
6... I don't know.
He's like 6'8",
I know when he was
6'10".
a teenager, he had a choice between basketball and tennis, and he chose
Yeah.
tennis because he was a good basketball player as well. You know, he's a lot more exciting than Todd Martin. They kind of have the similar game, but he's a lot more exciting than Todd Martin was.
Yeah, I was never a big Todd Martin
No.
fan. Wasn't Todd Martin was like gray when he was like 28, wasn't he?
Yes.
Hey, Todd Martin made some deep runs though.
Into Wimbledon, he did.
Yeah, Todd Martin, hey, good for him.
But I think Malavia Washington stopped him from going to finals.
Oh man, that must have hurt. No disrespect to Malavia Washington, he had his chances, but if I'm Todd Martin looking back and Malavia cost me to go that deep into Wimbledon, I'd be like, ouch, I wish I had that match back. No disrespect to Malavia Washington, but wasn't Malavia Washington and Zina Williams or Zina Garrison at the same?
No, Zina Garrison retired. She's older.
Zina Garrison, another good U.S. player. Isn't Zina doing Davis Cup stuff? Isn't Zina Garrison like a coach somewhere?
She was.
Like Davis Cup captain?
No, she's a commentator now.
Hey, good history though. Good players.
Maybe she is. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Good players. Okay, moving forward. Next match.
No, it's Mary Jo Fernandez. I think it changed Davis Cup, but she was a Davis Cup.
Maybe so. I just
Federation Cup.
Yeah, maybe so.
Women's.
Can't recall.
It's for the women, actually.
All right, moving forward. So the number 24 seed Nishikori defeated Gulbis today. Ernestus Gulbis, 4-6, 7-6, 7-6, 6-1. There was kind of a really sketchy injury at the end of the third set. Gulbis went down, and he went down hard. Honestly, I have done the same thing to my ankle that had been done to his ankle 3 times on my left ankle. And I can promise you, when Gulbis wakes up in the morning, tomorrow, his ankle will be that big around, as big as a basketball, in purple. I'm surprised he even got back out onto the court, but he finished it like a man and kind of limped through the final set, came up and shook hands at the net, lost that 4-set 6-1 to Nishikori, so good job for Nishikori. But I hope Gulbis' ankle's fine, or knee, or both, because that one is going to be sore in the morning. So
he had a chance.
Great job, Nishikori. Great job,
But
Nishikori.
still had a chance after the injury. He had a chance. He was up on that tiebreaker to win it. He had a big chance.
Yeah.
But you know what? In a way, I'm glad he lost because it would stop.
No, he was not. You're incorrect. Nishikori was up 5-2 on the tiebreaker.
No, but then he came back. We were watching it. All the kids were watching. He was up 8-7 serving for it, and he lost it. We were like, oh. But you know what? It's good that he lost, because if he would have won, he probably would have not played the next match.
Yeah, probably his heart was beating through his ankle or his knee after seeing him go down like that. So, hey.
He had to qualify for the tournament and into the main draw, so he had a long Wimbledon.
Hey, great tournament from you, Gulbis. We talked about you for 2 weeks running up to it. Maybe a week. I don't think
a week. No,
yeah.
You said he was a dangerous player.
Yeah, we started talking about in qualifying.
And he did prove to be a dangerous player.
Anyway, good job, Gulbis. Good job, Nishikori. I think Nishikori will bow out next round. We'll get into that. Federer cruises over Manarino today with a bagel over him in the first, 6-0, 7-5, 6-4. So Manarino settled in a little bit, but it wasn't even a little bit too late. It was just that he settled in, but still got beaten pretty soundly.
I didn't even want to watch this match. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, man, another easy match for Federer.
Yeah, I think we showered off when we saw this match come on. Something like that.
Yeah, we didn't even. I switched to Monfils and Anderson.
That was a good match, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so next match, we'll just go ahead and move forward for time reasons. The number 13 seed Raonic. Watch out. I've talked about Raonic coming up through qualifying. Not about him having to qualify, obviously. But we were talking about qualifying. We were starting to thumb around people that can go deep here in this tournament during qualifying. And Raonic was someone that I mentioned, and I think you agreed to a certain degree. But Raonic took out the last remaining U.S. player. Oh, the second to last, Isner. McDonald, 6-3, 6-4, 6-7, 6-2. So again, we have another U.S. player that keeps it tight, actually won a third set and then fades away in a 4-set, 6-2. So again, maybe we should look at the training of.
But he's a veteran. He's a college player.
Yeah.
Good for him for going this far.
Yeah, great job.
I mean,
great.
Bravo.
Yeah, great job.
That's great.
But great job.
Who would ever expect McDonald to be this far, going this far in this tournament? None of us.
Nobody.
I don't think anybody had him in his bracket in the whole wide world. No one had him going.
Is it just me, or are you not tired of seeing American players fade away when they can't win it in a couple of sets? It happens to every one of them. Do I need to go back to more shows and talk about Tiafoe's 6-2, 6-1 fadeaway when he was down?
Oh, give the guy a break. I mean, he's probably tired. He didn't expect to get this far.
I get it, he's tired. But is that the story of every American tennis player right now?
I don't know, but I mean, he had to go through a lot of tough matches.
Whatever. Good job, McDonald, for being there. Yeah, you shouldn't have been there in the first place, unseeded. Great job. I'm not knocking on that, but someone that is a huge fan of American tennis. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge fan.
Well, he beat Berankis.
It's like, look.
Then he beat Peja, who beat Chilik.
Look, I'm a 49ers fan, and when the 49ers don't do well, I get passionate about it. If Garoppolo doesn't have a good year this year throwing the football, I'm going to be passionate about it. All I'm saying is I have not seen an American player since Sampras, am I wrong, that has dominated, and we put hundreds of millions of dollars into venues, into coaches, into trainers, and facilities on the East Coast and on the West Coast and in the Northeast, and all this different but we still get little countries like Belarus and Belgium that throw out top players, and Russia all the time. Not that Russia's a small country, but Belarus. I mean, we got Tsitsipas coming out of Greece. I'm talking a little island in the Mediterranean. Do you want to debate this?
No, I don't.
Because it's true. You can't debate it, because the fact of the matter is I don't care if it's McDonald. I don't care if it's Johnson. I don't care if it's Tiafoe. I don't care if it's... I'm not going to use Query, because he's a kind of a veteran in his own sense. Mm-hmm. But doesn't it seem like...
Well, these players are like... Remember Robert Ginepri? He was the same type of player.
He was sorry, too. Robbie Ginepri.
He was the same type of player.
How you going to talk about Robbie Ginepri?
Well, because I just thought of it.
Man, Robbie Ginepri. He was garbage.
Well, he made it to like a quarter, I think.
Well, good for
he
him.
Lost to Agassi or something like that.
Freaking
But
McDonald.
it's the same type of player. You know, maybe it's because... I don't know, maybe USTA selects the kids they think are going to make it far, and instead of investing going out to the ghetto or to the neighborhoods that can't afford, try to bring a player from there. I don't know.
Maybe all the American players should split up. One go train in Belarus, one go to Belgium, one go to Greece, one go to Russia, and maybe you will have a good American player.
Or maybe bring coaches from there?
Whatever.
That's another topic.
It seems like our coaches...
That's another discussion.
I mean, yeah, it seems like our coaches even look a little chunky. I mean, I saw a picture of Agassi recently. He even looked a little flabby.
There's a lot of, I hate to say this, but a lot of American coaches, yeah, they're like, bellies are out here.
Yeah, walking around with their selfies and their Facebooks, talking about carrying their tennis racket.
Do I really want someone like that teaching my daughter? Oh, no.
It's a shame.
I don't know, but that's another topic.
It's another
we'll
topic.
Get into.
It's another topic for another day. I get passionate about it because, again, I think just like in soccer, you root for your country. And no, I'm not country segregationalist. I'm just live here and I root for U.S. tennis. And when I see smaller countries with almost nothing compared to the capital that we have, putting out players consistently.
I think it's great for them.
And yet we get people that lose 6-2, 6-1 in the 4th and 5th sets continuously. I'm out. Next subject. Kevin Anderson, the number 8 seed, South African, takes out Monfils 7-6, 7-6, 5-7, 7-6.
Match. This was a fun match to watch.
Really good match, but
I was bummed Monfils lost, but I was happy for Anderson. He deserves it.
Look, prototypical match of a big server. We just talked about Isner's match, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6. We just talked about Raonick's match, 6-3, 6-4, 6-7, and the guy faded away 6-2. Now here's another big server, Anderson, 7-6, 7-6, 5-7, 7-6.
But he ran. He played some good points.
What I'm getting at is that big servers generally rely on that, and they go to tiebreakers, and they use that tiebreaker to win their...
Well, they should. It's their weapon.
So that's the way it rolls. I was rooting for Monfils here. I love Monfils.
I was too, even though I picked Anderson on my pick, on my, some match selection.
Yeah, I was rooting for Monfils. Monfils, sorry you lost. I'm a big fan, always have been and always will be. So good for you. I look forward to seeing you on the hard courts. And good job, Anderson. A good court conducted young man.
He's a silent giant.
Silent giant.
Yeah.
Good statement, and good for you. I think he made a final at the U.S. Open.
He lost to Nadal, yes.
All right, so seventh match. Del Potro is currently active in a match with Gilles Simon, the Frenchman. He's up 2 sets to none. So I'm gonna state that I'm pretty sure Del Potro will win this match.
They were at
4-4.
4-4 when we started the show.
Yeah, Del Potro was up 2-1, or 2-0. It was 4-4 on serve in the third. I'm going to assume Del Potro wins this. So when we talk about quarterfinal matches, we're going to assume Del Potro won. If for some reason he lost, then the player instead of Del Potro will be in that quarter. The next match, Kachanov. My unseeded player is playing Djokovic.
And getting drilled.
And when we started this along with Del Potro, they were in a third set. Both Del Potro and Djokovic were up big. So now for the quarterfinal matches. Men's quarterfinals matches begin on Wednesday, July the 11th. So, hey, lucky 7-11, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lucky dice roll, like 7-11.
And they get
right?
a day break, so that's good for them.
Day break. Raonic faces Isner. Coin toss. I'm rooting for Isner being a U.S. player, but here goes the battle of the servers.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's a coin toss. I think Raonic will beat him.
I think it's a coin toss.
No, I think Raonic has a lot more solid strokes than Isner. Raonic can hit from the baseline for a while. He's a lot more powerful.
Hasn't Raonic been suspect with his health for a long time?
He has been, but I think he wants this bad.
How many injuries?
He's got a great coach. What's up, Goran Ivanisevic? I love him.
Well, wait a minute. Let's be factual here. Factual. Let's be factual.
He has been.
Wait. Factual. Did not Raonic pull out of the warm-up tournament before Wimbledon because he wanted to make sure he didn't aggravate or mess anything up?
He did, and it was smart.
Did not Raonic withdraw early from the French or didn't even play it because of it?
He didn't play it.
Okay. So all I'm saying is that Raonic is suspect. I like Raonic. He's a big server.
He is suspect.
This is an opportunity for Isner to make it to a semifinal.
It is an opportunity.
Isner, if you don't win this match over this dude that has not had any grass court warm-up at all, don't even look forward to the video that I do about American tennis players. Don't even look forward to it. He's suspect. He's been injured.
I mean, technically, yes, you are right. Now that I think about it,
Isner better win this match.
Raonic has been injured. I haven't seen any of his matches. Have you?
He hasn't played.
Have you seen any of his matches that he's won in Wimbledon? I haven't seen any.
Cranking big serves, the blistering inside out.
But I mean, that's his weapon. Who do you think moves better?
But
who moves better, Isner or Raonic?
Well, with Raonic's health, I would lean towards Isner.
I want Isner to win.
What isn't Raonic 6'6" or 6'7" in his own right?
They're both tall guys.
So look, it's a battle of big dudes.
It's a battle of big dudes, and here is going to be who holds their serve better.
Let's go, Isner. Let's go.
I hope Isner wins. I really do.
Come on.
I've never been a huge Raonic fan.
Let's go.
You're passionate today, huh?
I want to see an American tennis player in a semifinal.
Okay.
And I don't.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Wait a minute, Query.
Well, Query last year made it to the quarters because I think.
Yeah, I think.
Muller beat him.
Something like that. Yeah, good call. But whether it's Query or whether it's Muller or whether it's Anderson or whether it's Raonic or whether it's Isner, they're all big servers. To me, when they match up, Karlovic, don't forget about him. If Karlovic plays Isner or Raonic plays Anderson, it's a coin toss for me. But I hope for this coin toss it lands on Isner. Anyway, Roger Federer, number 1 seed, faces Anderson. If Anderson's serve clicks, again, I just talked about Anderson and big servers. If he serves 85%, which is an astronomical number for a man to serve first serves, if Anderson can serve almost a record-breaking percentage against Federer, he'll win because of his serve. However, because it's almost impossible to do that, I think Federer rolls.
Federer is going to make Anderson move, obviously. And like he said, they asked him, how do you do against big servers? He's like, well, I guess.
Guess.
He guesses. That's what he said. He guesses most of the time.
All you can do, and again, if someone's guessing right or their serve's not clicking, it's a pretty rough day for the big, lanky, big servers.
Plus, you see the patterns they start serving.
Yeah.
After that, after the first set, you're guessing, but I think after the second set, you kind of know.
You get the feel.
You get the feel of it. Yeah, it's like when you're serving hard.
Yeah, I mean,
I have trouble with the first few games, but then after that, I'm like, okay.
Well, that's a good point. But me, I serve big, maybe 130s or so. But when I'm serving big and I know it's not working where I want to place it, I think you know as well as I know. I'm just telling you the truth that I no longer go up the tee or I no longer go out wide.
I'm coming in.
I go to the body, Because if I'm serving up the tee and I'm missing wide or long, and then if I'm trying to serve wide, which I started out trying to do today, and I kept missing wide, so then I started bringing up the tee, and I was just serving kind of long and out, and I got down 4-1 because of it. But as I broke back into it, it was because I was just going straight up the middle, hard serve to the body, and I think you figured that out.
I started chipping, yeah.
And then you started chipping that body shot. So it only works for so long. Good topic though. Good thought. All right, Djokovic, if he wins, plays Nishikori. Nishikori is waiting for the winner of Khachanov and Djokovic. And by the look of it, when we started,
it's going to be Djokovic. I think it will be Djokovic.
Nishikori, Djokovic. Djokovic wins that match and ends up in the semis.
I agree. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm surprised Nishikori's even this far.
Me too.
He should thank Kyrgios for that.
Well, and also Nishikori should thank Kyrgios for his ridiculous
Kyrgios.
behavior. We won't waste any more time on Kyrgios. If you want to see Kyrgios talk, check the history. No disrespect, but he's no longer in the tournament. But Nishikori owes a thank you to Kyrgios' level of ridiculous play.
And Zverev losing.
Zverev losing, but forget about that. But Golbis also going down with a pretty nasty tweet.
Yeah, because he didn't. Kyrgios wasn't blowing him off the court at all. You know.
Yeah. All right. So last match coming up: Del Potro versus Nadal. I'm going to pick Nadal on this one. She has both on her team, but I see.
I like both, but I'm picking Nadal.
I'm going to pick Nadal too. I hope Potro wins, but I'm picking Nadal. Last up, doubles for the U.S. doubles team. Mike Bryan and Jack Sock played tomorrow's doubles as well. Bryan was with Maddox Sands in mixed doubles, but they both have removed themselves from that, probably because they're both in men's and women's on the right track.
And it makes sense. It makes sense.
So, hey, hopefully everyone had a good Monday. Remember the boys in Thailand. If we all think we've had a bad day, then, hey, look at these boys in Thailand. So the stage is set for the final stages of this tournament. It's been incredibly fun. Let us know if we should keep going and keep doing this. We hope to do it through the hard court season, and we have a really good time doing it. Click a like below, subscribe below. Thank you always for watching. It's really a great time for us to do so. So thanks again, everyone. And as Carla always says,
Adios.
See you later, guys. Take care.